the word anti-racism is being used nowadays. It didn't just start. This has been work that's been going on for many, many years, and there's been different waves of it, as John McWhorter explains.
Right.
Yep. In those initial waves, there was this focus on equality, and having equal status, and civil rights, all the things that we think of. Something that the third wave anti-racists do is they try to tear down and disparage everything that took place before. So if you're talking to some of these individuals who are aligned with the third wave anti-racists, they really always say equity and equality are two different things. Equality is of the past. We're talking about equity right now. And then you ask them, well, what's equity? I haven't heard a clear definition yet, but I've seen pictures of people standing on boxes in different sizes and apples falling from a tree. And someone told me once that means everybody gets some apples. I mean, I've heard a bunch of different squishy, strange things when I ask, what is your definition of equity? And in my work at De Anza College, some of the first things I was doing was bringing people together. Because I heard from folks there, we're all saying these words, but we all mean different things. And that's why we can't move and do anything, and so that's why my work was, so important. I think that's why I was selected. But as I started to bring people together, that wasn't okay. So just unpacking, what's being said there, I'm bringing up that separation, this division of equity from equality. From my perspective, and it's just mine, I feel like equity and equality are intertwined. They're co-conditions. You can't just work on one and not have the other. And some third wave anti-racists will tell you we're done with equality, and present discrimination is justified due to past discrimination, and all these other kinds of strange ideas that some people may find strange. I don't want to offend anyone, because some people they hold this and they believe it.
Sure, yeah.
And that's okay, but just know there's other ways of viewing it too. And not everyone's saying that, in the DEI field. At least I wasn't, but you saw how long I got to stay in the DEI field with that opinion. But sure. I just don't think we can separate those two things. I think you need both. I think you need to have equality of opportunity. And, I think you need to have equality of access. And the problem that I have with equity, in the way that third wave anti-racists define it especially, is that there's this push for, the only push or thing that they talk about equality around is equality of outcomes. When we think about what's the end game, right, with this push for equality of outcomes, it's not something that I think most people, if you just think it through to its, conclusion, after all the dismantling's done and the destruction is done, like that's the other part that's missing from that particular perspective. What happens after that? Like no one has been able to tell me. It's just, we need to destroy it. We need to bring down capitalism. We need to bring down America. And it's like, bring it down. Then what? I mean, what do we do next? What is the plan? Besides destruction? I just hear destruction and division, and putting people in categories and castes almost that they are locked into and that they can never break free from. Some people are victims, some are oppressors, and we're going to start them young thinking in that way, and that they have no agency, and that they can't be creative, and that there's limits to their humanity. That's something I can't sign on to. It's very problematic. And I know some people really hold it as, that's their goal and their mission, and they're going to work towards it. And if you oppose it, that's the other part that I have an issue with. Like, if you even question it, not even opposing it, but just ask some questions, you have to be eliminated and silenced, and you're a danger to society. I've been told that through my tenure review process.
and